Good morning, guys. It's Monday, the 3rd of December, and we are on the FTSE 100 5-minute time frame. So, as always, with the live trade, what I'm going to do is talk you through the trade analysis, the reasons behind the trade, and then when I'm in the trade, I'll talk you through trade management, any decisions that I'm making. I'll try and explain the thinking behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, FTSE 100 right now, I've not actually been triggered into this setup. We have rallied up. We've started to put in a little bit of rejection here at 10.20. What I'm looking at is if we start to break down, my entry is set at around about 7138.2. So if we break down to that level, I'm then happy to get short on this market. So coming into today, we were sitting up above pretty key levels of resistance for the FTSE. So basically what I went over with subscribers was that the market is starting to look more bullish, and there is the sort of likeliness coming into the start of the day that we'll see some sort of a bullish rally. I wanted to be a little bit more cautious, looking for sell positions on the way up because of that. Now, as we started to break up, we got to this 7128 level, which is where weekly R2 is sitting. Now, as we started to get all the way up there, it was 8:15, 8:20 in the morning. So the market is extremely overextended. If we go on to the daily time frame, you can see the market closed here on Friday. We're up around about 114 points. So the market has already made a very big move coming into the start of the day. You know, we're not even at 10 o'clock when this was happening, and the market's already up by almost 120 points. So as we started to come into resistance levels, up here, it gives a little bit of a confluence to some sort of a pullback, sort of profit taking for the bulls and the bears looking to step in. Now, the reason I am being cautious is because the market has came down into very key levels of support. We've put in a huge bounce, we then came back down once again, and potentially we're starting to put in that second bounce for a double bottom. If that's the case, and we start seeing the break up above this level, and it's opening up another sort of strong bullish movement on the FTSE. Added to that, we were also looking at a sloping resistance level here, which the market broke up above, tested a few times, and has used to give it the energy for that bullish bounce. So quite a few different things lining up for that bullish bounce. That's why when I came into the market, I was being a lot more cautious. I don't just want to look for, let me actually open up the trade. I don't just want to look for, you know, a pin bar or an engulfing candle at a level of support and resistance. I want to start to build the story in my head. Okay, what's the reasoning behind this trade? Does it make sense to look here for a potential entry? And first thing was the overextension. Second thing was this for me was a fairly key level of resistance. The third thing was that we already had this rejection here, which didn't give me any sort of clear signals to get into. And by the time we started getting signals down here, I didn't want to be chasing the market. We then had another press all the way back up again. So as we came up, I'm then looking, okay, is there the potential for a double top up here? Now it has set up into a double top, not what I would call a perfect double top, but the main thing I was looking at was this pause. Let's zoom in just a tiny little bit. So we're coming up, I'm looking at it, okay, it's a double top. It's not really a perfect double top, exactly what I was looking for, but we started to put in this holding price action right here, holding at the same level. Also, the pins at the bottom of this candle, all these candles are at very similar levels. So when I seen this, I was looking, okay, we've got the signal at 10.20. Now we've potentially got the double top, we're potentially overextended, we are potentially at a key level of resistance, and this signal, if I get triggered in, it's breaking down below a level of holding price action. So everything's starting to come together. And it's starting to make sense to me as an entry. It's starting to give me the confidence to get in. So as soon as I got this signal candle, I was ready to look for the entry. And what I'm really looking for is, well, first thing is, as I've mentioned, the market is potentially setting up for a stronger bullish movement. So really, back down toward this weekly R2 level, this level of support down here. Let's just mark this in. This whole section is what I'm kind of watching as potential target for this trade. If I can get down into these levels, I'll be more than happy to close it out and take that and call it a day. But the main thing I'm sort of trying to get across with this is I always try and sort of talk through something with the trades. It's not just about a support and resistance level and a pin bar. If I did that at all of my support and resistance levels, I would just end up break even. I have to start putting other things in there that keep me out of the poor entries, help me identify the good entries. And I've got a few things that I do for that, but one of the main things that I like to do is, I guess you'd say, read the market, which is what I've just sort of shown you that I'm looking at and how I'm reading the market. Because when I'm reading the market, it's building up that story in my head and it's building up the confidence to get into the potential entry. And what it does is it means if I get into the trade and it's a loss, I can justify the loss to myself because I can say, okay, I had this. There was a good opportunity for it to make that movement that I was looking for. So with this one, I got all of those confluences lining up. Now I still want to be a little bit cautious because the market is very bullish at present. And I don't just want to blindly be holding onto a sell position in a market that's potentially looking very bullish. So what I'm going to do with this one is I am still looking for it to come down into these levels. I will pause the video, and if it starts to move one way or the other, I'll turn it back on. Rather than just sort of sitting, watching the candles moving, me finding things to say when there's nothing to really say. All I'm doing right now is watching, looking for the market to start to break down. If we do start holding down at this level repeatedly, I will just come out of the trade early for a smaller profit target. But at present, I'm still looking for that move down. If we can get that move down, I will take it and I will call that a day. Okay guys, so the market has broken down into that profit target level and we may see more selling coming in. As I've mentioned, the market is a little bit overextended, but with me having that outlook that potentially the market is setting up for a stronger bullish movement, sort of short to medium term, I don't want to be locked into the wrong side of that trade. So around about £400, I believe I just closed the trade out at. It's 17 minutes to 11. Yeah, really good trading day. Finished for the day. What I'm going to do is start getting on with some other work, but what it means is I don't have to sit and watch the charts anymore. I waited for the good setup. I didn't just take random setups. Because I'm waiting for the good setups, it for me makes it slightly higher probability. Well, of course it makes a higher probability, and by doing that I know that I've got a much better chance of locking in my profits and getting finished, not having to go through the frustration of taking stupid trades, taking stupid losses, watching my account go into drawdown, having emotional responses to that, and making more mistakes. So, as always, I hope that was helpful. I hope you're all having a good trading week. I'm James Orr, and thank you